should be bold enough to announce themselves. And if you're not talking about owning up your responsibility, it's not my duty to point you out. But I think in all this, every man is created by God with his destiny, which must surely come to pass at every given time. Time will tell, and that's where we are. As to running for any principal office, that's far gone, and I congratulate those who have won, and I think they merit it from my own assessment. So whether I contest or I'm going to contest, I didn't contest, is immaterial. What is important to me is that we'll build a new Senate, worthy of emulation by nations of other world. I think we can do that. And with the quality of people I've seen so far, my heart gladdens that we might have one of the best Senate in the history of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Your
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. To the southeast, the rest of the Nigerian nations and the other ethnic groups seem to have been very faulty, resulting from the politics we have played in the southeast. It will be my pleasure to rebuild this bridge, to reconnect this bridge, so that the southeast people will move along at the same pace with other geopolitical zones politically. My second mission to the National Assembly will be what has been very dear to my heart and which I have practiced as a governor of Imo State, to see the possibility of making free education a reality so that the children of the poor can go to school. If I achieve this, I'll be glad that I have achieved what I decided to do as a member of the Senate. The third one is I'm concerned about the killings and destruction of lives in the northern part of this country, especially the northeast, and recently Zamfara and Kaduna. Whatever we can do at the floor of the Senate to help the executive curb these insurgents will be to my greatest pleasure. I'll be here to work with my colleagues, and I'll be happy to work with my colleagues. As to what has happened before my coming as a senator, I want to thank especially the judiciary for being the last hope of the common man and being the last hope of the oppressed, whatever situation and circumstances he find himself. But without the judiciary, I wouldn't have been here. And I also want to thank the INEC for owning up boldly and doing the right thing, which goes a long way to explain that all those accusations were unfounded of my person. And so I am very thankful to INEC for having released my certificate of returns and having been sworn in. So I'm ready to go. But for me, it will be a learning process. I was only at this National Assembly sometimes many years ago when we made the 1994 Constitution during the National Constitutional Conference with Karibo White, with during the Abacha regime. That was when I came here first as member of the National Assembly. That was like a 2-year program, but this gives me more exposure to interact with my colleagues. So members of the press, you'll be seeing me more here, and I'll be glad to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. The floor is open for questions. We'll start with AIT leadership and then we'll take through some other questions.
What is great danger for future elections in this country? How do you react to this?
Well, one thing about this presidency, which has become a major issue, is that the Southeast cannot just fold their hands and wait power to be given to them. And someone will just give you power because you want power. Power does not go with sentiment some of the times. It goes with issues on ground. And democracy is about the people, a majority of the people. And Southeast alone cannot make themselves president. So you cannot be talking about Igbo presidency. It doesn't exist. So you might be talking about Nigerian president of Igbo extraction, but that is also depending on what other geopolitical zones think about the issue. So Igbos cannot just be president alone. I think they have to do more job. interact with people, relate with people, because Nigerians have grown beyond ethnic sentiments of some sort. And as we grow better in democracy, we now realize that people will be talking about issues rather than sentiments of where you come from. For me, what is important in our country is that let power be given to that person who has something upstairs and who can put food on the table of the common man, irrespective of his religion or where he comes from. That's all the Nigerian asks for. And that's what we should be thinking about, rather than this emphasis on where you come from. You are Igbo, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba, you are... Of what sense does it make if you are Igbo and you become a president and Igbos are hungry, Yorubas are hungry, Hausas are hungry? I think we have got to a point in our nation's political history where we must think about that person who has something upstairs, who can put food on the table of the common man. That is the kind of person we're looking at after the 2023.
All right. Okay.